Alright, Manticore M8 Coil. That's a honker go ring down there. Now, I can adjust the depth of that fall, meaning make it lower. May change the performance of some of these programs. You see that fall, 2x4 thicknesses above that monster go ring. All of these programs from over here will give signal. That's not what we're looking at. We're looking at this. First up, all at 0 to 4 discs, which gets rid of a lot of your fall. All-terrain low conductors, all at speed 4. Nothing. Surfing seawater. Take note of that. We are getting go ring detection. Also note that meter. That go ring reads a whole lot more than that, boys. See that? But at least we detected it, correct? All-terrain high conductors. Shaky. See that? All-terrain general. Shaky. Now I can come over here. Now remember, this is a one masker situation here. Wonder if I've got a masker sitting back over here. Meaning the surface seawater mode here probably has advantage. If there were additional maskers, okay? If a program would hit this with a 4 disc, that would be the one. All right? Now, I'm going to show you this. We're still at speed 4. 5 kilohertz. Okay, there may be some detection there, but I want to show you something about this. 10 kilohertz. That's what you get to hear. Now, that is a 0 to 4 disc, 15 kilohertz. One region all tone and all. Alright, we're going to pick up this old go ring here. Now all that's left there is just the foil. I'm not going to sweep all of these programs. Single frequency 5 kilohertz. You hear that? So was it detecting that go ring when I was sweeping as such? 10 kilohertz. So the 5 kilohertz may have been detecting the go ring, but you hear that foil there with a notch of 4. Remember, multi-frequency does what? It's harder to fool. It does a better job of ID. Now we're back in multi-frequency. Now that is all-terrain general, but if I go to surfing seawater, that's the same thing you're going to get. You're not going to hear anything on that foil. Again, surfing seawater would be my go-to program to find the most crippled go rings. Now I showed you a big go ring. We're going to leave this set up just like so. 3 2x4 thicknesses above. Alright, let me turn the camera off. I'm going to put that smaller go ring down in there. Let's see what happens. Alright, correction. I removed one 2x4. Now we're same foil, smaller go ring, 2 2x4 thicknesses tall. Same settings in the detector. All-terrain general with a 0.4 disc. Bit shaky, huh? All-terrain high conductors. A no-go. All-terrain low conductors. No-go. Beach surfing seawater. that? That's a go. Now remember, we can come over here and get detection with some of these programs the hard way. Notice the ID in that machine. You've got 4 notched out. I'm picking up the small gold ring. We'll come back over the fall, surfing seawater. See that? Nothing. Horseshoe in. You see the ID. It's trapped under the notch. Yeah, see it there? So again, on that test with a small gold ring, even though we have reduced the depth of detection and the distance between the fall and the smaller gold ring, surface seawater has advantage there. Alright, we've traded the target out for a silver ring. You see it there? 2 2x4 thicknesses is the same foil. That's sizable foil. Same disc of 0 through 4, speed 4. All-terrain low conductors. Fail. See that? All-terrain high conductors. Notice the ID in the window. Let me make sure I've got this thing in one region. Oh, tell me, I do? So you see your ID. Would you think that's a silver ring down there without pivoting on that target? We will pivot on this all-terrain high conductors. So the ID does come up. It is skewed. All-terrain general. See your ID, you hear that signal. Surfing seawater. See the ID, higher than all-terrain high conductors. Stronger signal. Now if we come over here, we get much truer ID versus all-terrain high conductors even. See that? Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a 2x4, keep the same foil in sort of the same relative position. We'll recheck these programs. Alright, the same silver ring, 2x4, thickness added, same foil in the same general relative position. We're sweeping from the hard way. That's what we want to see, because we don't know how we're going to approach a silver ring in modern traction in a while with this M8 coil. Surfing seawater, speed 4. So we are getting signal. Notice that ID though. It's dodgy. It's pretty good there. We're changing programs. All-terrain high conductor. You hear that? Noise cancel. Horseshoe button out. See your ID. Very shaky. All-terrain low conductors. Good night, Irene. You ain't gonna find it with that. All-terrain general. Just a little bump of a signal. Surfing seawater again. Two-way signal. Some higher ID flashes in the window. Going back to all-terrain high conductors. I'm going up here. Remember what I done told you about that fall and 5 kilohertz. What does it do here? You get to hear the machine. 10 kilohertz. You get to hear, you get to make up your own mind how you want to use your mighty Manticore. Sharpshooter just shares that. Back to surfing seawater multi IQ plus. And again, coming out here with some of these programs, at the very least you would get signal, but that would be the easy way, assuming no other maskers out here. Alright. See how got that set up there. I've got the fall of the rings off to the side. You know, I got that fall moved over to the side a little bit. Went here to 5 tones, and I've changed the default screen over that first bend. Alright. Horseshoe out. Now this is surfing seawater with a 4 disc. Alright. So if you got that in the wild, you may hear that. So if you didn't hear that little jingle in there and you've seen that 6 in the meter, you may decide, oh, that's just a piece of straight fall reading 6. 5. Hear that? Alright, so you see what you could do there. You could maybe make a guesstimate if you've seen a 7. Oh, that's probably maybe a piece of cancel reading 7. So low. There's no go ring or a higher conductor target down there. That ring reads 17 on this machine, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift that fall like so. You see that? Horseshoe back out. So you see the ID. Now I'm going to hit the horseshoe button again. This coil is so narrow and those targets are so in line, I can't do what I just did and showed you. Let's come over here. What do we hear? So coming over here, see, it's not going to really do us anything unless we see the ID come up on it. Notice what happens here. See the ID come up? So if there was no other lower conductive masket over here, we may come over here and see the ID jump up on that target. So in a high fall site, for example, you've come and you're surfing seawater, boom, you get that. Well, you know it's not small fall, but it could be big fall. So you come over here, you see that higher ID. Well, size of fall that reads 13 would be pretty monstrous. Alright, but again, notice you don't get that jingle with the horseshoe button in. Notice that. If I shift this foil, which this could happen to you in the wild too. See, I shifted it. Listen. Hear that? You see how in line they are there. You know, remember you got that small coil on here. So even if you heard the jingle, you still could rotate, you know. You see that ID come up, you're like, uh-oh, let's dig that. Because it's likely not a 6 or 7 or 8 reading signal so low. I'll remove the foil. We'll sweep the small go ring so you can see what it reads. Okay. Alright, we've traded the target out for a nickel. See where that nickel is sitting? Let me get this camera up here where you can look down. See the fall of the nickel? 2 2x4 thickness is high. The fall sits above the mighty nickel. Disc is 0 through 4 in all. Alternate high conductor speed 4. The hard way. Fail. All-terrain low conductors. Remember, both those targets are low conductors. Fail. See the dot over there? Horseshoe in. You never get any audio and you don't get any indication ID-wise that that nickel is there. All-terrain general. Nothing. Now, if I come over here, I get it. Maybe that's not how you sweep it. Remember, that's assuming there's no other masters over here potentially. That's why these tests are good, okay? They don't show everything, but they show, you know, the possibilities. It's nice to know the possibility. Beach surfing seawater. You hear that? Now, this 2D trace screen, let me say something about it. You know, a lot of people want to say, oh, you look at that trace screen to judge the quality of the target. Truth be told, what that 2D screen trace there is for is to expose you looking where you could suspect masking or multiple targets, meaning ID and error. See the ID on that machine? That's in error. Now you could rotate on this, do better. See that? That's a true nickel ID on that target. But remember, there's no other masking over here. But at least you get on the target and beat surface seawater, sweeping even down close to that ball. You can rotate, okay? Now, if there was some additional masking, say another piece of fall like that was sitting over in here somewhere, I still may get this signal and beat surface seawater ID and error. I could dig that target and I might find a nickel, gold ring, etc. All-terrain high conductors. Nothing. When I come over here, what happens? You see that nickel ID? Skewed somewhat, unlike beach surface seawater, okay? Alright, next little test here. The small gold ring is 1 2x4 thickness above the silver ring. You know, that could exist in the wild. Now, this could apply to other lower conductors, be a substitute for that gold ring, and a higher conductor for the silver ring. Alright, speed 4. All-terrain high conductors. So you get to hear what that machine sounds like. Speed 7. Hear that high tone coming in there on that silver ring. Remember, that's 1 2x4 thickness above. You know, higher speeds in situations like that can help. The plain old difference doesn't vary, you know, as much. Surface seawater. Speed 4. You get to hear that machine going to speed 7. So audibly we have a better clue that there's 2 non-ferrous targets down there with mixed conductivity. We get a 71, a lot of times 64 coming off that left side with this detector. All-terrain general. Speed 4. You see the ID? It's locking up on that gold ring. Speed 7. Alright. All-terrain low conductor. Speed 4. That silver ring practically invisible. Speed 7. Speed 7. We can hear that silver ring. You get to watch that trace screen. That ID is not jumping over there much. Now if I back the speed off to 6, different performance. Speed 8. You hear that? So the audio there is doing more for us than this 2D trace screen, because speed 8, that silver ring won't generate a trace on this machine. As such, swept with that gold ring up there. Now, if I remove the gold ring, the masker, so to speak, speed 8, see what we've got. So what can you draw from this? Even running slower speeds with this Manticore, mass targets detected. The density, viewability, brightness of that dot or of the trace will be less with a mass target, even though the detector is seeing it. Alright? And the audio, the ID may not line up with it where it's at. Okay, but you're going to be able to see that trace more so with speeds 5 and slower, generally, versus speed 6 and higher. Shallower solo setting targets, you would see an ID using this coil. A lot of what I'm showing in this applies to the 11-inch coil, but you would have to do some arrangements because the coil is bigger. Okay, 11 versus the 5x8.